Hey everyone, welcome back to Marcus's Magic Reviews, and today on the review, we're looking at the new electronic haunted deck that everyone's talking about. This is Leviosa. What is Leviosa? Leviosa is a new electronic haunted deck effect where you have the spectator choose a card, they can sign it, whatever, and you put it back in the middle of the deck, and at the magician's command, the deck cuts, flips over, the card shoots out, and it is the selected card. And just seconds later, the deck floats up from the ground to the magician's hand. Very, very cool effect. So what are you gonna get if you go to your local magic store or online and purchase Leviosa? Well, you're going to get this box that looks exactly like this. Okay. Inside the box, you're going to get a very interesting plastic case that kind of holds the deck. It keeps it safe from getting wet. It's a clear see-through plastic case. You're also going to get the gimmick itself. So you're going to get the Leviosa deck, the haunted deck itself. You're going to get some little stickers. You're going to get some IT. For those of you who know what IT is, it helps make this whole thing work. You're going to get an instruction booklet as well, or an instruction link, sorry, booklet. An instruction link that is a premium quality instructions, the same type of quality that you would expect from Mr. Miranda and his team. All right, so you've gone out, you've gone to the store, you've found Leviosa. How much is it going to cost you? Leviosa retails for $199 United States dollars. Okay, let's talk about some pros with Leviosa. Pro number one is it's the haunted deck theme and effect taken to the next level. The visuals with this haunted deck are more than just the hand waves, the deck cuts, and the card shoots out. In this instance, the magician waves his hand, the deck cuts, the card shoots out, the deck flips back over, aligning itself in a hole again. And then the card can be picked up off the ground, the magician stands, and just moments later, the deck floats up gently to his waiting hand. Brilliant. Pro number two, Leviosa is an instant reset. Once the effect is complete and you're holding the deck in your hand, you're pretty much ready to go again. You can quickly put it back in a box and in your back pocket, and you're ready to go to the next table, or the next event, or the next group of people, or whatever your event theme is. You're ready to continue with Leviosa. There's no reset time with this. Pro number three, and this is a double-sided coin on this one. It's almost a pro and a con. Let's talk about the pro of it first. So on one side of the coin, it's easy to use once you've started using it. Okay? Once you get the hang of it and you learn the little subtleties, please watch the video. Watch it in depth before you start taking this thing out and start playing with it. I see a lot of reviews. People are like, I'm breaking the IT. It doesn't seem to work. It always breaks. You're doing something wrong. Okay? The person who's breaking it is doing something wrong. I broke it maybe a couple times to start with, and then from that point forward, I haven't had an instance of breakage yet. Okay, and it's been quite some time, months and months and months. So please just be gentle, learn the little subtleties, learn the cues that the deck gives you, and you'll never break it. The last and final pro that I could come up with that's special to this is that you get this little carry case with you. You get the little carry case. I love it. It's this nice little clear deck case. It's perfect size for a deck of cards and maybe a few extra cards at the bottom, or a few extra little maybe a packet trick or something like that you want to just kind of throw in there. You might want to add it to the deck at some time. You can kind of have this in your pocket and you don't have to worry about anything when it's in there. Okay, let's talk about a couple of the cons. Con number one, it is not examinable in any way, shape, or form. You cannot hand this deck out. It is not a regular deck of cards. Now, you can make it look like a regular deck of cards. You can handle it. Handles like a regular deck of cards. but it is not in any case. So under no circumstance can this thing be handed out. It's not examinable. You don't want people touching this thing. Con number 2, there is limited handling that you can do, as you can only be utilizing so many cards. Once you, if you do add additional cards to make everything, you know, kind of seem more like it's a real deck, then you have to figure out a way to get those cards off the deck before you perform the haunted deck effect with it. Okay, you can't have additional cards sitting on the deck and then perform it. You have to find a way to get it off. Obviously, a palm off the top is probably the easiest way, but if you're creative, you can figure out other ways. I like to add a packet trick onto it, and that I utilize before I go into the haunted deck effect, and that way those cards get used up. It could be a torn effect, it could be a sign effect where where we're using that card that they signed to use it in the haunted deck effect, but I try to steer it in a certain direction with a packet trick, as opposed to just having a bunch of cards that I have to palm off or sneakily get off in some fashion. Con number 3, and this is the other side of the coin. It's easy to learn once you get the hang of it. The other side of that coin is it can be tough for some people to get the hang of it. So it's tough to start out. You might break the IT a couple times and then you kind of get discouraged, okay? You might get discouraged for several reasons, but it's never fun to have to do a reset on these things. But once you get it a few times, you kind of get the hang of it. That being said, this is not the worst. This is not the worst reset for IT that I've ever seen, so it shouldn't be too difficult, and you're given proper tools for the most part, minus these damned stickers, to get this reset done in a timely fashion. But it is something that you'll need to set aside, kind of have your own little space for 5-10 minutes. You can't have anybody around. The last con I'm going to mention one last time, the stickers are just terrible. The stickers that are provided for this in order to help you get the IT in and change it if necessary, I just don't think they're very good. I've gone through most of mine already just in a few attempts because some of them didn't stick when they needed to stick. It's not the ideal method. That was the most frustrating thing for me. But overall, it wasn't a game breaker totally for this effect. There are some nuances that you have to get the hang of with this, especially in operation. But once you get them, I'm telling you, you're not going to have too many problems with this. And it's going to be on a reliable effect for you. And it's something that is quite visual as well, that you can kind of just pull out at a moment's notice and really deliver something that is going to get people's attention. Because this is an attention grabber. This is the best haunted deck effect I've ever seen as far as the effect and the visuals, everything that goes into it. And then plus the deck floats to your hand afterwards. Absurd. Okay, it's time for the 5-star segment. Mr. Miranda and his team are really coming through for the Magic community. They have delivered quite a few, mostly electronic type effects that are groundbreaking and cutting edge. So you can come to expect that from these gentlemen, or ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure who the entire team consists of, but you can come to expect that from this particular team. This project is no different. A lot of effort went into this. During the video, he talks about how a lesser idea came to him, the concept came to him, and how he thought of doing it with this method that he uses for Leviosa. And the initial magician who came up with the original concept didn't think it was going to work. He said, no way. He said, there's no way this is going to work. So you get a lot of these brilliant minds, these guys who are really doing magic a huge service and adding a lot to the community. Now, will Leviosa stand up in 10, 15 years? Are people still going to be using Leviosa? I don't know. But for the time being right now, it's the best haunted deck effect on the market, but it's not without its drawbacks. I'm giving Leviosa 3.9 out of a possible 5 stars. That's good for a silver medal here on Mark's Magic Reviews. I'm Marcus, ladies and gentlemen. Join us next time for a review.